even though it was still during this period where you couldn't play your senior night. So 3 years, basically, yeah, it would have been 3 years of not playing anymore, but still being so incredibly dedicated to this team. So tell me about your senior night.
Wow, you got me emotional just thinking about that. But wow. But yeah, senior night was great. I mean, coach asked me to practice before if I wanted to take the tip senior night, and I was like, yeah, that would be great. And so they had me suit up for the game, came out there, got the tip, and went to the bench. And I just remember I was like, wow, this is really the end. That's like the end of my college basketball career. Even though, wow, I'm really emotional. So even though I knew that I wasn't going to be able to play, that moment was just like, okay, it's finally over. Whatever glimmer of hope that I had of ever playing again, that's it right there, it's done. And so for me, it was great to be recognized on senior night. And I think a bunch of my teammates were tearing up on the bench too, because they knew everything that I went through. So yeah, I mean, it was a great moment. It was good to be recognized, and it was also really hard for me, but I'm glad they did it.
I remember that there was not a dry eye in the entire arena because everyone there knew your story, and it wasn't just what you went through, but also knowing what you were still doing for the team. I think that's what made everyone, so invested in your story and in that experience. So to see you out there with your jersey on, them announce your name, and you get to touch the ball in a real game like that is really special. And the way your team reacted was just really, really empowering and, like you said, emotional. So I can't imagine, this is me just being a little spectator on the side. I can't imagine what it was like for you guys being in the middle of it all.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I'm actually more surprised that I still fit in my jersey. It's funny because I put the jersey on in the locker room, and before we went out, everyone, they're all hyping me up. They're all happy that I was in my jersey, and a couple of guys were like, wow, it still fits. And I was like, well, I know, it still fits, barely.
You're like, I'm racking this up as a win tonight.